Okay, so in this one, we're just going to take a different approach. We're going to make the onus on you now. So I want you to do 3 pieces of homework this week. We've learned 5 patterns and you've got a good grounding. Now, the homework is very, very simple. We have 3 leftover patterns here. We have this straight 16, we have this 1955 rock and roll pattern, and we have this swing drum pattern that we can use, okay? So your mission is to come up with a bass riff or a bass pattern that fits with these, and I would like to record them. How you come up with this pattern is completely up to you. You can listen to your favourite song and try and mimic what they're doing. So say for instance you got this straight 16, it could be that you're listening to a nice punk song or something like that, and then you mimic what the bass pattern's doing in that. It could be that you listen to some, on the rock and roll one, it could be that you listen to some Elvis Presley or you listen to some Chuck Berry and you mimic what the bass player's doing on that. And then the swing one, it could be that you're listening to a nice jazz piece or something like that. I'm not worried the music you use, or if you just come up with it off your own head, it doesn't matter. And actually, I'm also not worried about the notes that you use. So whether you're using any of these notes, I'm not worried. You can just play on one individual note if you like, and just come up with a rhythm. That at this point is more important than the notes. Just coming up with a nice rhythm. So you could just be, say for instance you chose the straight 16 part and you press play on this. So you could be, okay, my favourite punk song, it's got a fast beat to it. Okay, so nice and easy. I've just come up with that off the top of my head, nice, really fast notes. But you could also mimic that from another one. Or you could go to the rock and roll song. Okay, and so on. So once you've come up with these patterns, I'd like you to then record them. What you can then do is you can duplicate these sessions here and actually then do another one, so you can actually use the same drum pattern but come up with a different riff. Okay, just keep going and keep experimenting with different ideas. Once again, don't worry about the pitch of the notes, don't worry too much. I'm looking for it fitting with the drums and you kind of experimenting at this stage, okay? Because next lesson we're going to start looking at keyboard patterns and chord patterns to go with this stuff, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this week. I hope you got a lot out of it. Remember, we're looking for 15 minutes practice each and every day, and it does take that long to get really, really good at this. So keep practicing, and I'll see you next week for a bit of keyboards.